Hey, what's going on? Keith from Trigger Happy. Going to take a look at a pretty popular pair of holsters here tonight. This is the Alien Gear brand, and you've seen them pop up in a lot of places. Social media, I see them all the time. Gun publications, magazines, TV, whatever. So I kind of wanted to see what they're all about because they're branded as the most comfortable holster out on the market. Things you want to look for when you're buying a holster. One is comfort. So you need a holster that's super comfortable, because if it's not, you're not going to wear your firearm as much. Therefore, it kind of defeats the purpose of having a concealed carry firearm. Two is it needs to actually conceal the gun. And you see a lot of guys, you can spot them pretty easily. Their gun's printing. They're wearing improper clothing, improper holster. They're just not carrying their firearm right. So you want a good holster. I've bought lots and lots and lots of holsters. This is just a sampling of a few I grabbed out of the drawer, kind of in search for that perfect holster that is just super comfortable. And Alien Gear is pretty comfortable. This particular one is their Cloak 2.0. They've since come out with a Cloak 3.0 that kind of makes up for some of the deficiencies in this one. Standard Kydex that you'll find on a lot of holsters. It does retain the firearm pretty well. This has obviously been checked here, so it's clear, but not an easy, I'm turning it upside down, shake it. It's not going to come loose, which is nice, but it draws, I'm trying to do this left-handed, pretty easily. So you can change the retention of your firearm just by switching out the screws and the spacers here. So that's kind of nice. So if you want a little looser draw or a really tight draw, you can do that. The clips come standard. They're nylon clips, which is actually pretty nice. I would have thought steel would be better, but I think these are going to be fine. You'll see here it goes right around your belt and kind of clips on there. You can also adjust the cant and the depth of your carry by just moving these clips up or down, on either side. So if you like a real deep concealment, it can be done. If you want it pretty shallow, that's fine as well. And you can again change the cant of the draw. This is supposed to be leather, I guess. It's very thin. If you can see here, it's a very thin piece of leather. And the interesting thing about these is it's backed with neoprene. You'll find that most holsters are backed with either leather or suede. Neoprene, it's soft to the touch, which is nice, but the Cloak 2.0, you can see that all these kind of rivets here are still, going to be touching your skin, which they've fixed on the 3.0 by covering those with neoprene as well, something that they should have kind of done from the start, but anyway, I digress. The thing about neoprene, yeah, it's soft, but it does kind of retain your sweat, at least from my perspective, more so than leather. So that's kind of interesting. But again, it is soft, and I do kind of like it. And the more I wear this, it's going to conform a little better to my body shape. One thing that I'm not so sold on, and a lot of holsters are different, this kind of has a draw more in maybe a 1 o'clock position or a 2 o'clock position, as opposed to some other holsters like this one. It's a flashbang, which I actually really like, which is more of a straight up and down. It's a 12 o'clock position. Neither one can be changed, but I do prefer this position to this position. Now, if you want a more upright draw, again, you can adjust those belt clips. I still didn't really care for the position, though. It is combat cut straight from the factory, which I like. It's a pretty nice build. I don't have a lot bad to say about the workmanship quality. I do like it. Now, the outside the waistband holster would be more for me anyway as a wintertime carry, maybe under a large coat, something like that. Or, this one is for, again, safety checked firearm. This is for an HK VP9, so it's for a larger handgun, which I think I can get away with in a wintertime setting. Still more, Kydex on all leather. This is one big piece of leather here, you can see. The weakness I see in this is the belt loop retention system. It kind of goes, your belt's going to go under this. You can see straight out of the box, and I've carried this a couple times, the leather's already starting to kind of break down here and kind of fold over onto itself. I don't know how that's going to hold up over a long period of wear, but you know, you don't have to worry about the comfort level again of the leather because it's against your clothing, so not a big deal. The one thing I really like about Alien gear is that everything is kind of modular. So if I want to take this shell and put it on this back and vice versa, I can do that. If I buy a new firearm, I can just buy a new shell. I don't have to buy the entire holster again because everything is drilled in the same position. So that's pretty nice. The other thing I like about these is the price point. If I can find one of the, yeah, here's a Galco. You can see it's all leather. It's steel. I do like this holster, but these come with a price tag. This is a King Tuck, something like $50–$60 sometimes. This was like 36 or 37 bucks, which is pretty nice. And then you can get the 2 holster combo, and I think I was still under 60 bucks for the pair, which is pretty nice. So I will say I give it a solid B. You know, I don't know if I've solved the problem of finding the perfect holster yet. I'm just not real sold on this neoprene backing. I don't know how it's going to hold up long term over a lot of wear. Leather, you know, it's much more resilient with this leather backing. No, it's not as comfortable. I mean, here's an old holster I've worn for a long time, and it's still holding up pretty well. That leather is resilient. So how this neoprene is going to handle over years of use, I'm not sure. But they do come with a lot of guarantees that they promise you're going to love it, with like a 30-day try it guarantee. So, you know, there's really no risk here. So if you want to check them out, do it. The lead time is kind of rough. This was probably almost a month from the time of order to the time I actually received these. You know, that needs to be improved, but I guess when you're going with these big marketing campaigns, you can expect that a lot of people are going to be ordering them. So, worth a shot. Check it out. I'm not sure if this is going to be the end-all be-all inside the waistband holster for me, but you may think differently. If it were me and I was ordering one of these today, I would spend a few extra dollars and get the Cloak 3.0, I guess it is, which is going to cover up these rivets. Because one last thing I'll mention, if you don't get your screws and your spacers quite right, you end up with, if you can see it there, the screw is protruding from the back of the rivet, which was digging into my side the whole time. You know, I'm going to have to work on that. So there's some improvement needed here, I guess, on the 2.0, and maybe they solved it on the 3.0, so maybe I'll give that a look next time. So check it out, Cloak from Alien Gear, and this is their outside the waistband model, also from Alien Gear. It's worth a shot. We'll see you next time. Thanks.